Welcome to the Dynasty Dugout Show, a podcast covering all things minor league baseball. Get a front row seat to the action with everything you need to know about the future stars of Major League Baseball. And now, here's your host, Chris Clegg.
What's up, folks? Welcome back to the show. It's so good to be with you again back in the studio, our normal recording spot. Last week, I was out in Charleston doing some scouting, but it's good to be back. So I'm glad to be back here talking with you guys. Hey, we're so close to 1,000 YouTube subs. Would you subscribe? That would be awesome. It'd help a ton and continue the growth of the Dynasty Dugout. I do appreciate that so much. Before we dive in on the weekend recap of everything you know across minor league baseball, first, the show is brought to you by Connect Roasters. That's Ian Happ's coffee company. Connect Roasters has a wide variety of great coffee. They've got some new things going on. They've got some canned cold brews. They've got some awesome new blends, which is great. I just got a new shipment in. Awesome. Had some this morning. Go check out Connect Roasters today and get you a bag. Buy one, get one 50% off. So 2 bags for nearly the price of one by using the code Dynasty Dugout at checkout. Also, we're proud to partner with Chinook Seedery. Chinook is the best sunflower seeds in the game. Chinook has a wide variety of flavors, sweet, salty, spicy, you name it. They got it all. You can get 10% off your order using the code Dynasty Dugout at checkout. So go check them out. Today, we are going to dive in on everything you need to know that happened over the weekend across minor league baseball. So much took place. We'll talk a little bit about my live looks from this past weekend and also the names to know and watch. We will be updating rankings this week of the Dynasty Dugout, so be sure you're subscribed. Get those new rankings as they come out. We're in midseason. There's a lot of good stuff, a lot of good names to know at this point, so be sure you're getting in on those top prospects in your Dynasty League. A little bit from last week, Braylon Doughty, I saw him again. Doughty has been phenomenal. I know the surface numbers aren't there, but you look at Braylon Doughty, you look at what he's done, and I'm rather impressed with the profile. Fastball, it works 92, 95. He's got a slider that works low to mid 80s. It's got pretty good traits as well. And the changeup's pretty good as well. So the changeup worked, I think, 84, 86, slider 83 to 86. So he's 19. He's a young 19. He was a comp round pick for the Guardians last year. Doughty brings a lot to the table to like. And I know that you look and you say, well, he's not dominating. Okay, well, they gave him an aggressive assignment. They didn't send him to the complex. He's pitching in single A, fresh out of being drafted out of high school last year. And that's not common for pitchers, but Doughty has all the traits you want to see. The pitchability is good. He repeats well. He mixes his timing, and he made Theo Gillen look silly a couple of times. Theo Gillen's the best hitter in Charleston's lineup, and Doughty dominated him several times. It was very impressive, actually. So Doughty now, 2 straight weeks I've seen him, 2 straight weeks I thought he's looked really good. I'm in on Braylon Doughty. Add him where you can. Now, Theo Gillen on the flip side, he's someone that I've seen a lot of this year, and I've seen mixed bag of Theo Gillen. I know everybody loves him. They think he's a top whatever prospect, and I understand that. Like, he's a really good profile, but I've noticed there's been a book out on Theo Gillen more recently, and I'm kind of wondering if teams are like picking up on how they can beat him. And this week, it was a lot of beating him with off-speed pitches. Theo Gillen bats lefty. He was getting some changeups kind of fading away from him. He was also getting sliders to the back foot. Theo Gillen's so passive. He is not swinging early in counts, and that's when he needs to swing. So, like, he's getting fastballs 90, like not even like hard fastballs early in counts, hittable pitches, and he's just taking them. Now, the approach is good. I can't argue the approach, but what we do need to look at is Theo Gillen's chase rate against breaking balls and off speed, especially when he gets deep into counts. 2-strike chase rate is a little higher, just given the fact that he's not swinging early, and that's hurting him. So we got to see him take that step forward with swinging more and being more aggressive. I think that would pay pretty big dividends for Theo Gillen. But right now, like, I don't know. I'm not as high as most. I'm probably the low man in the industry on Theo Gillen. I like the traits. I think he's a good athlete. He's got some sneaky juice, good contact, but I don't know. I still have questions. We'll see. He's young. He'll figure it out, but I'm not like top 30 on him or top 50 on him. So Theo Gillen of the Tampa Bay Rays, Charleston River Dogs. Braylon Guerrero was out of the lineup, unfortunately. He got hurt, hit the IL Tuesday. So I've seen Guerrero, but was looking forward to a full week from him. Didn't get to see that. I did get to see Welbyn Francisca. Welbyn didn't show a lot statistically. Like if you look at the box scores from last week, like I don't really keep up with the box scores or like what happens. So I'm just pretty sure like he didn't end up with a lot of hits last week. Yeah, I think he had like 2-3 hits for the week, all singles. But I did see a lot that I liked from Welbyn Francisca, where he's seeing the ball hard. It is interesting. I think there's a lot of grounders right now that are kind of affecting him. To the pull side, he's grounding out a lot. I did see good barrel control at times, though, where he was able to lift. He's kind of side spinning the ball when he does get good contact, and he like kind of slice at center field line outs. But I'll have to say, Welbyn's young. He just turned 19 last month. He's got some good traits. He runs well. I thought the hit tool was really good. Smooth at shortstop. He is smaller, but I think Welbyn's going to be pretty good. I'm not particularly worried about Welbyn Francisca right now. He's a dude that I am targeting. I think that he's a good buy right now. If you're looking at long-term prospect projection, so Welbyn Francisca of the Cleveland Guardians is definitely somebody to watch out for. So yeah, those are kind of some guys. Trevor Harrison looked good again. Like Harrison's hit or miss. The fastball's spotty from time to time, but overall, like Harrison looked really good last week. I think that was probably his best start of the year. Maybe I have to go back and look at the box scores, but it was really good. I've seen him a couple times this year, and it was the best start I've seen from Trevor Harrison to this point. But yeah, let's talk some hitters that stood out from the weekend. So those are my live looks from last week. Hitters that stood out this weekend across the minor league landscape. Got Aidan Smith. And listen, if anybody needed a big weekend or a big resurgence, is Aidan Smith to rebuild his prospect stock. Aidan Smith has struggled this year. He's striking out a ton. Contact's not good, but he had a great weekend. He had 2 home runs on Sunday. That was awesome to see. He's really picked it up. He's missed some time, but over the last month, his last 18 games, slashing 271, 361, 557, 6 homers and 5 stolen bases over that span. So we have seen Aidan Smith really pick it up. Remember, Smith was traded in the Randy Arozarena deal. Aidan Smith, I liked out of high school. Like he was a 4th-round pick that had some intrigue, but the stock soared. Like the public perception of Aidan Smith was way too high. This offseason, I saw him in people's top 20 prospects. It was way too high. I saw Aidan Smith last year with Charleston, seen him a lot with Bowling Green this year when they've been around this area. And he whiffs too much. He doesn't handle fastballs at the top of the zone well. And that's my concern. Like he's missing on 92 up in the zone. What's it going to be like as he moves up and sees better fastballs? It is important to note that this kid is young. Aidan Smith's 20 years old. So he will figure it out. The tools are there. He's a great athlete. I mean, there's some sneaky power. He gets it in the air. He gets it to the pull side. Like he does a lot of those things really well. And the athlete's premium. So I look at Smith. If he can clean up the contact, if he can figure out how to hit fastballs, the stock soars. But that is a significant hurdle to get over. And can he do it? We'll see. I'm not so sure yet. But that's Aidan Smith of the Tampa Bay Rays in High A. Talk about Bo Davidson. Bo Davidson might be a dude. I probably was too low on Bo. Saw him in the AFL last year. And honestly, like he wasn't good in the AFL. I kind of chalk it up to the fact that he was tired. Remember, this is a undrafted free agent out of Caldwell Community College. Like this is the ultimate pop-up prospect last year. He was phenomenal last year. Hits the AFL. It'd been a long year. He probably didn't need to be in the AFL, but the Giants sent him anyway. And this year he's come back and been really, really good. You know, you look at the numbers and it's just been impressive. He had a 4-hit performance on Sunday, 2 homers and a double, 8-game hit streak. He hits the ball to all fields. I've watched him hit a opposite field 110-mile-an-hour homer. It's pretty impressive backside power to go oppo 110. He can get to the pull side. Like I think he hit a ball as hard as 113 last year, I think that was. And the 9th percentile EVs are above average. They might even be plus, all things considered. The chase rate's good with Bo Davidson. Like it's a really good approach. And the contact, that was my biggest question last year. Would the contact for Bo Davidson hold up? Well, this year, Davidson's making a lot more contact. He's running a contact rate around 76%. That's huge. Last year he was like 71%. There was some whiff in the zone too. He's really cleaned that up. He's in high A now. The tools are there. And I think the contact gains warrant Bo Davidson being a legitimate prospect. How high do I put him? I don't know. Maybe he's like a top 200 guy right now with room for more, but he's a pretty interesting player that I've probably ignored the early part of the season. I think that the contact gains are legit now. I'm kind of buying into what he's doing. And we've always known the power speed was there. It was an intriguing profile, but yeah, I'm very much in on Bo Davidson. What about Will Busch? This guy has not been talked about enough either. So when we look at Will Busch, Astros prospect, yes, he's in Asheville. So I understand, like, when you talk about like a prospect that's in Asheville, sure, the surface numbers are going to look really, really good. And honestly, I've seen a lot of Will Busch. I saw him last year with Fayetteville. I saw him a little bit with Asheville when he got promoted down the stretch. And I've seen him a lot this year. Asheville will be in town again this week, so I'll see him more. He's an interesting player, and I've kind of ignored him, and I realized, like, man, this kid's actually performing. So Busch homered twice on Saturday, had a double on Friday, single on Sunday, 11 homers and 9 doubles on the year with a 261, 400, 515 slash. Is Will Busch overperforming from a power perspective? Probably. This is the case. I mean, Busch is in Asheville, a hitter's haven, and a lot of the South Atlantic League is very hitter-friendly. Greensboro, hitter's haven. Winston-Salem, hitter-friendly. Greenville in the summer, ball really flies. There's a lot of places that are great to hit in the South Division of the South Atlantic League. That inflates numbers. But I look at Will Busch, and he has some traits that do allow him to hit for more power. It's ideal launch angles. He may have some of the better launch angles in the minors, or at least at his level. 73% of his batted balls in the air. He's pulling 34% of those in the air. That's great to see. He picks his spots well. He's very, I won't say he's passive, but he's selective. The contact rates are like average. I think it's just more that he's working deep into counts. He's kind of like Aidan Smith or even Theo Gillen. He's not getting into good counts to hit, but he actually is hitting. So Busch is young, though. He was drafted out of JUCO. He just turned 21. So catcher that's just turned 21, I don't know, guys. I'm not like saying go all in on this guy, because you remember Asheville's had some catchers like Austin Deming. I know he didn't really catch a whole lot last year. They had Garcia last year. I keep blanking on his first name for some reason, but Asheville's had some dudes that have put up numbers over the years. And I'm curious with Busch, does it stick? I do think he's worth highlighting, though. Also, we have to highlight Colson Montgomery, who's continued to hit. He had 2 multi-homer performances over the last week, one over the weekend, 111 home run yesterday, and a 104 mile an hour shot. He went to the complex. He went on the dev list, basically, and they gave him a reset. Mentally, they gave him a reset with, like, emotionally, kind of, mechanically, a big reset for Colson Montgomery. And he's come back, and I know the strikeouts are still there, but Colson has been a dude. And I know this is one of those cases where you look at it and you say, yeah, he looks terrible on the surface. But under the hood, he has a 115.5 mile an hour max EV. He's got a 9th percentile EV of 108. The zone contact rate's 85%. I know the chase rate, tad high for AAA, 30%, but Colson still has traits that can make him a really good player. So I'm not out on Colson Montgomery by any means. I think we need to look at him and say, like, this kid could still be really, really good. And I'm still excited about what he could bring to the table. So could we see him soon? Yeah, probably. I'm very excited about the potential with Colson. And I think he's a great buy low opportunity right now. I know that's not like super popular, but I am interested in what he could do. All right, let's take a quick break and we'll get back with some pitch. All right, let's talk the standout pitchers from the weekend, starting with Caminiti. He's young, guys. He's 18. He reclassified. Last year, he was supposed to be part of this summer's draft, and Caminiti reclassed. He won't turn 19 until August. So he's one of the younger players from last year's draft cycle. The Braves popped him in the first round. He was hurt to start the year. He appears fine, guys, because the stuff looks better than ever. The results are there. And in 3 of the 4 starts since rejoining Augusta, Caminiti's been dominant. He had 1 bad start, but other than that, he's gone 4 or 5 innings in every one of those starts. And over 3 of those 4, he struck out 22 batters and walked a total of 3. That's impressive stuff. Saturday, 8K, 0 walks. Great to see. 11 whiffs, 41% whiff rate, 44% CSW. Highly efficient. 68% of his pitches went for strikes, 56% ground ball rate. Love to see it. Last year, the velocity was, he clipped 196. He was 93, 94. Now he's sitting 95, 96 and is holding. It's average IVB from a 5'8" release height, good horizontal. But Caminiti is throwing a couple of slider variations, a sweeper in the lower 80s, like 83, and a more traditional slider he's using more now in the upper 80s. Changeup sitting 87, 88. It's late dive and fade. Caminiti is good, guys. He doesn't seem injured. That's a positive. He's young. He should have been part of the summer's draft. He's pitching in single A, and he's been very, very impressive. Cam Caminiti is a top 100 prospect for me and will be this update. I really like his progress, and I love what the Braves are doing there. Their pitch dev's good. Caminiti's very solid. I'm very much in on Cam Caminiti of the Atlanta Braves. Now, this guy's sneaking up quick. That's Tanner McDougal. Now, I saw Tanner McDougal pitch last year in Hyatt, and it was fine. Didn't really consider him. I think he was just outside the White Sox top 30. It's a deep system, but McDougal, I saw him by chance with Winston-Salem. I didn't I got to go see him. I went to see some of the hitters for Winston-Salem, and Tanner McDougal was pitching. And this is what I love about going and scouting, is you just see things and you're like, this is my favorite thing. When you get there and you just have the preconceived notions and the guy just blows you away. That's my favorite thing in the world, is to see a player just shatter what you expected them to do. And that's what McDougal did. I get there and he's pumping. McDougal's a big boy. He's 6'6", probably 260, honestly. And last year he was mid-90s, was fine. He's pumping 100 and he's sitting 98. He's at 98 for 7 innings when I saw him. It was very impressive from what I saw from Tanner McDougal. And he also had good secondaries. Curveball was his best secondary, in my opinion. Upper 70s, high spin rates, late drop. Featured an upper 80s slider with sharp movement. He threw a couple changeups to lefties. The interesting thing is, McDougal was taking strides. The biggest question was, is this guy just a reliever? Because the strike throwing's bad. It's improved. You look at the walk rate and you see 12% on the year. He's bumped to AA now, and he's walking less than 10%. And the strike rate is above average for the level. So Tanner McDougal's 22. He's in AA for the White Sox. Might just be one of their better pitching prospects, guys. I know they've got some guys, obviously, but Tanner McDougal looks like a guy to me where I'm in. Payton Tolle dominated his AA start. Shocker. He's been great all year. I still have questions. It may be a reliever-esque profile where Tolle is just dominated with his fastball, and he may continue to do so. That fastball is so unique where he's hitting 98s, but he's getting so much extension where it's playing 101. Tolle sits mid-90s. He's 95 regularly. Low release, 5'5" release, flat vertical approach angle. The movement's inconsistent on it, but I've seen IVB up to 20 inches on the track, man. It's pretty crazy. He's normally around 16. That'll play from that release and that extension and that velocity. Yeah, I'll take that all day. So the fastball's firmly 7. I wouldn't fault you if you said it was a 70. Honestly, from the left side with all those traits, it's dominant. The slider, he throws the slider, and it's 2 variations. Sweeper with longer horizontals, 83, 84. Upper 80 sliders, more like a cutter almost at times, but it's played like a death ball times 2, where it's 0 inches of IVB, 0 inches of horizontal. Other times he's more carry and a little more sweep. All over the place, but it's good. I don't know if he manipulates it into 3 shapes. Hard to say, but the changeup's going to have to develop. Right now, it's still a developing pitch, 88 to 90 on the changeup. I've seen it have up to 15 inches of fade, which is good, but honestly, a bit inconsistent. So Payton Tolle, a lot of dominance. And Hunter Barco, man, he's returned and looked really, really good. I love what I've seen from Hunter Barco coming back. The shoulder injury scared me, guys. I dropped in my prospect ranks last update because I just feared that shoulder. Well, he doesn't look injured. He looks fine. He may make a major league start before Bubba Chandler. I wrote that in the article today. And I kind of believe that. I mean, Sunday, 1 hit, struck out 7 across 6 innings. He allowed a homer to Darian Blanco, but overall, Barco was really good. He had 10 whiffs, but 15 more called strikes, 31% CSW on the start. He's working 94, 95, topping 97. It's a mid-80s slider, although a split in the mid to upper 80s. He's got kind of 2 slider variations. I don't know. Barco, left-handed arm. The Pirates kind of need that. Like, yes, Chandler could be elite. We haven't seen that recently, but Barco is one where I look at it and I'm like, yeah, this kid might be really special. And yeah, he probably needs to be in my top 100. Like, I get he's 24, he's in triple, but I like what Barco brings to the table. He'll pitch in Pittsburgh pretty soon. So that's going to do it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you did to the favorite podcast platform. YouTube, it would be great. Let's get to 1,000 YouTube subs by the All-Star break. I would very much appreciate it. I'll be bringing you coverage from the Futures game and the draft as well. So I'm excited about what's to come. Thanks for tuning in and see you guys tomorrow.